Hey everyone, Mr. Clutch here, going to look at Monday, February 3rd. This is the first day of the month, February, first trading day. So I was going to look at today's trades that I took and kind of go over a few things. Hopefully you'll be able to take some stuff out of it. So I traded NQ today, so was interested to see what things were going to look like after that huge sell-off last night on open, the gap down. And we knew we were gonna open quite a bit lower than we did we closed on Friday. Um, so opened here, and I was looking at the Rocket Scooter tools. I was watching Matt on the live stream this morning, and we open here. By the time things load, we're here. We're just inside the open a little bit. Our resilience numbers, as you hear me talk about, actually on QQQ is pretty good here. But if you'll look, it's really strong here. But immediately we identified that the play was going to be MHP down here. So we wanted to see if we could pull back. And that's exactly what it did. So you'll start seeing resilience get lower and lower here. And it actually, did it come in negative? It was just over negative by the time we got the pullback to MHP. So had a trade ready right here on MHP. So I took a long. And we'll see what that looks like over here on the NQ chart. This is my MHP line. So yeah, opened here. It pulls right back into here. Look at that. I mean, we're talking. So our line is 21,175.50. That thing went down 4 points from MHP. That's how strong that level is right there. So on that tap. So I was expecting a bounce there, and that's what we saw. Went up just shy of 80 points, probably 70 to 80 points here. And so, really good move there. Again, when you're looking at the bigger, you're looking at this bigger move here, right? So, if I told you, I said, okay, between 9:39 and 10:20, I made $850 in this right here. Naturally, you're gonna think that there's a short that went in here, and so, but no, I mean, this was just a quick. I was in this thing for 4 minutes. It got up here, closed it out on this pullback. I was trailing pretty tight because once it started ripping here, I was already happy with the profit that I had. I didn't want to give too much back, but I wanted to give a little room to keep going if it wanted to. And then of course it slammed back down, hit my stop in the same candle. So enter 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes. I'm out of the trade. $850, $40, something like that. So yeah, it was a really nice move. A really nice quick trade, and that's all it took. A lot of times we're looking for longer moves, bigger moves, something like this, and those are nice when we catch them, but you can be profitable on four 1 minute candles if you play them right. So I'll look at SPY because after that trade, I was out of that trade. There was one more trade I was watching, and it was this hedge pressure bounce on SPY. So after that initial one we had over here somewhere, it sold off, and this is just trickling down to the 590s on SPY. And so we're watching this come in. If Trump could have just waited a couple more minutes to tweet about his meeting with Mexico, it would have been right in that and got that massive move up. Unfortunately, look what that would have been up to this little high here without really meaning much of a pullback. 8.5 points on SPY, which translated to, ignore all the mess on this chart here. Oops, sorry, let me zoom back out here. But that was 59.51. That was 80 points on SPY. I mean, that would have been an awesome ripper to catch. But hey, it happens that way. Didn't have a trade there, so there was no point in jumping in and chasing that. I wasn't going to chase all this up through here. So no trade there, no trade whatsoever. So once it broke into here to try to go fill the gap, our resilience was still pretty negative. You'll see down here on NQ, so I wouldn't really think anything. Even SPY's resilience here, S&P's resilience, really pretty low. So then it got up here around the half gap, which would have been our target, and it was just bounced around there all day. It actually looks like it hit the top of the bear zone and it's trying to get out now. It's we're about an hour till close. I'm making this video a little earlier, but yeah, so it was a little shy of going there. I wasn't going to enter until I got there. So that's, like I said, you just set that out, and that's it. So now, I wanted to show one more thing over here on NQ, or on Qs. See if I can find it here. Yeah, look at this as we started getting in. Like when I took the trade here off this bounce, resilience down here is like right around zero. It's a little positive, so it was pretty neutral at that point. As it gets up in here into the open, look how negative this goes. I mean, it got really negative really quick. So that was the other thing that Matt was talking about on the stream, and I was watching as it was happening. As it's getting that negative, and we're expecting it now to use this as resistance when it's negative, and that's exactly what it did. So I was also pretty confident to trail tight there as well for that reason. Had this number been nice, big positive number, I might not have trailed so tight, maybe give it a little more room. But because I definitely would have got stopped out had I let that ride. And that was the next point I was going to make before I close the video out. In my progression as a trader over 4 to 5 years now, just over probably the last year or so, and really dialed it in over the last few months. This trade right here that I took on NQ, this little bounce. Let me get back to it here. Right here off MHP, that little hit there. 9 times out of 10 in the past, I would have not had a green trade here. I would have stayed in, hoping for a home run, and this would have came back, stopped me out, and who knows, I may have stopped out here somewhere for a loss. I may have tried to jump back in it here, and the next thing you know, I'm stopped out again. Now I've got 2 losses, and I'm just, now I'm flipping short because I think that, we keep selling off. We're bound to sell off here, and I'm mad that I got stopped twice. So let me flip and go with the trend. Then I've got 3 losses. That's the difference between seeing green on your calendar at the end of the month and being red and blowing accounts, quite frankly. This right here, I could take these 4 minutes, make $800 and be done. I didn't touch anything else the rest of the day. So just think about that. You don't have to hit a home run. Hit base hits, and that's all I did in January. That's how I had 20 green days and 1 red day. Is I hit base hits. I caught some big trades too, but for the most part, I was true to my stops on every single trade, and I took profit when I had profit. When I felt like that there were reasons I should look to get out of a trade. So just remember that there's a huge difference again from me making $840 here to me losing $1,000 or more, our whole account. That's a huge swing. Now tomorrow I'm going into the next day with that profit, looking to build on that from there instead of being down here starting over. So just think about that in your trades. Like if you can get green, you can hit base hits all month and see what it looks like. You'll get some bigger hits on the way, but you won't take any big losses, and that's what's most important. So I think the saying goes, what is it? Small wins, small losses, big wins, right? So you should have those. Every trade should be one of those 3: either your small loss, small win, or big wins, and that's how you'll make money. So hopefully this was helpful today. The Rocket Scooter tools paid off again. That's all it is. MHP up. And if you look at this, you looked at this on a more macro scale, kind of what I was saying, you think, that didn't really hold, but it did. It held for a winning trade. It held for a nice green trade. And then it came, then news kind of set things in a different motion. But it held enough to win a trade, and that's what I was getting at. Is like a lot of people would not have had a green trade here because they would have held through that, hoping for more. You always want more. That's the mindset. Let's hit home runs every trade. It's just not possible. So anyways, hope that was helpful. We'll see what tomorrow brings, and hopefully do another video to recap that. So conserve your capital, trade smart, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.